Hello, everybody. Ooh, letting it go, letting it go. It's starting, it's starting. Haha, I'm here. Hello, everyone. Hello, hello. Oh, my face is really small. All right, that's fine. All righty. Welcome, everybody. I am super excited to be here. So we're going to give it about 2, 3 minutes to let people join in. And while we are waiting for people to join the live, please comment your name and comment where you are tuning in from so I can uh, see where you're from. I know we're across the pond here. I'm in the lovely state of Florida, so let's see what we got here. All right. There's this new format that I'm still learning how to work with here. So there you go. Hello, Tony, Jane. Hello, Maria. Hello. Thank you, thank you. These earrings, strangely enough, I found these earrings at a thrift store, and I just thought I had to have them. So, Stacy from NYC, welcome, 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 welcome. All right. Again, guys, we're going to give it a couple of minutes here just so that we can let people join in. So I'm going to give it about 2 more minutes before we dive into what we're all about today. Maria from Madrid, hello. Let's see, Elu, hello. Debbie from British Columbia. Oh, beautiful, beautiful area, beautiful, beautiful country. Canada, thank you guys for joining. Super excited to have everybody here, and I'm super excited to give you a little bit of my knowledge. So thank you, Jane. Jane's been sharing with me how excited she's been to see me do this live. So I'm hoping to not mess it up. And even if we do mess it up, who's gonna know, right? Right. All right. I'm so sorry. You're gonna see me do this a lot because it's been about 2 months since I've done this, and the first thing that always goes, eyebrows or eyelashes. All right. Yeah. All right. Is perfect from Belgium. Is it Evie or Evie, my dear? All right, hello from Belgium. Okay, I'm gonna give it about 1 more minute, and then I think we'll dive on in. All right. I hope you guys are really enjoying all the things that you're learning from the other speakers. I got to listen into the last one, which is when we came up with tits and tarot, which there they are. Yep, there they go. Here, move my necklace out of the way. There they go. Oops, there the girls are. So I got my tits here. So it's true. It's true, Maria. I've glued my eyes shut one too many times with these. All right, about 20 more seconds and we will jump right on in. I'm super excited for all of you today. Racine, Wisconsin. Hello, Albert. I am super excited to share with you today a little bit about myself, a little bit about tarot, and what it means to have your own tarot toolkit. So let's go ahead and just jump on in. I'm gonna start off with just a really amazing fact as I was creating this, just an amazing fact. So one thing that I love about tarot, do I have clientele? Absolutely. More so though, I use it a lot for myself as a means of self-coaching. And I started thinking about it, and the toolkit. Good one, Jane. Good one, Jane. All right, and so I start thinking about it, and the beautiful thing is with these 72 cards that you have in your hands, these 72 cards, you have 72. Wow, I really do know what I'm talking about, I promise. 78. 78 cards here. These 78 cards, you have 78 tools in your toolkit that you can use for coaching. You can use to coach others, and you can use to coach yourself. Now, I'm going to do a real quick informal poll. How many of you use a one-card spread? So you just pull a card for the day, like, cool, card for the day is temperance. I know today I'm not going to take things to extreme. How many of you use that? Just say yes or just say me, or just say one. Just comment if you use a one card. Me, okay, Albert does, perfect. Yes, Albert, I will get right on that. Put my face on anybody. Yeah, so yeah, just comment yes, no, yeah. Okay, Natalie, thank you. Gavin, awesome. No, okay, thank you, MJ. Sometimes Jane, peel. Okay, got it. Now, how many like me, and I fully own this, but how many like me like to use a 3-card spread? 3 cards my favorite, but how many of you use 3-card spreads? You know, like past, present, future, yes, no, maybe, start, stop, continue, and all the variations of the three-card spread. So all right, MJ, thank you. Diana sometimes. Like, okay, Stacy likes the 3 card. All right, 83 sometimes yes. Okay. I started thinking about it a little bit more, and I'm a bit of a math nerd. I don't know where that came from, but I am a bit of a math nerd. And did you know that with your 78 cards, if you use the 3-card spread, that's 456,456 different card combinations. So all of a sudden, Gavin, 2-card boy, thank you. I didn't figure the math on that one, Gavin, but thank you for sharing. Cool. So yeah, so if you can imagine, all of a sudden, this deck of cards, these 78 tools have now turned into over 450,000 tools. I think that's remarkable. I've got them all converted into the 9-card Colt. 9 card's a good one. I do offer the 9-card, Maria. Thank you. Yeah. And the beautiful thing is that the more cards you add, the more tools you have. Like, I think that's remarkable. So, yeah. So today I am going to use the 3-card as my basis, but what I'm about to tell you can be used in any combination of cards that you like to use. And if you guys stick around, I actually have a gift for everybody watching this live, but we will share that gift at the very end. So, yes, all right. So let's talk a little bit about me. Who is this fabulous creature that you see in front of you here? By day, my name is Patrick Anderson. By night, I'm Stella Boam. I am the proprietor of Queen of Glam Tarot that I started back in October of 2020, combining the arts of tarot reading and drag together. Now, the combination is only 3 years old, but I've been doing drag now I'm doing tarot now for about 28 years, which is actually quite remarkable because I'm only 25 years old. You guys figure the math out. I've also been a life coach for about 6 years, and I've been a drag queen for 12 years. So I've worn many wigs, so to speak, with that. And, you know, at the end of the day, too, and at the end of the day, though, I've always been fabulous. So this has always been a thing. I just now wear it very proudly. Now, I'm just going to share, too, that the viewpoints that I share today, all my own opinion, take what works. If it doesn't work for you, you're not going to offend me by saying, yeah, that didn't quite work for me. It is my hope that you'll take away some little nugget, some little tidbit that you can use as you start coaching yourself through tarot. We are going to go a little bit beyond Tarot 101, so I am going to go beyond the meaning of the cards and all of that. And today it's my goal to teach you how to weave a narrative with the cards, again, using 3 cards. So everybody is still focused on my tips. My God. See, okay, so we got to make sure we tell Tony, yeah, it is a marketing material. There we go. You know, we love these we love these girls. Oh, you guys, I'm having so much fun already. I hope you guys are as well. So, what's in it for you? Now, what's in it for you? My hope is that you're going to find confidence in finding your own unique style and voice of reading. You have an opportunity to deepen your connection and your practice, and then give yourself a chance for personal growth and learn how to self-coach. I feel that in and of itself is very, very valuable because self-coaching is not easy, especially when you're a tarot reader and you're so used to coaching others with your cards and you don't always hear what it is you want to hear. And I'll give you a couple stories about that in just a second. So, okay, everybody, focus. My eyes are up here. Up here. Okay. So, and again, at the very end, I have a bonus gift for everybody who is here. So let's dive into it. Now, how many of you have coached others with your tarot? Like, you're sitting down, you're about to give this reading, you got them shuffling, you're doing the overhand shuffle, that person in front of you wants to know when their relationship's going to turn around, when they're going to find that level of life, when are they going to hit that stride and make that $1,000, $100,000. How many of you have actually used your cards to coach other people? And you can just say yes, me, whatever, just someplace in the chat, just say me, whatever, just a direct here. Beyond, it's very true, Tony. The hardest lesson of all is finding your own style. This is, for me, this is 28 years in the game, and I finally hit another stride. So, Tony, yes. Jane, yes. Natalie, yes. Okay. How many of you use the cards to create? A lot. Thank you. Diana, yes. My family. That's, Diana, I acknowledge you. My family just barely started getting comfortable with me being a tarot reader and a drag queen. So kudos to you. Yeah, 28 years in the game. 28 years in the game. Yeah. All right. Now, how many of you have coached yourself using the tarot? So we know a lot of you have coached others. How many of you have coached yourself? Debbie has, yeah. Evie, mostly family and friends, yeah. That's how it started with me. Albert, me, okay. Okay, beautiful, thank you. Jane, yes, all right. Stacy, I coach myself. Awesome. Gavin, okay. Deborah, thank you. Okay. I mostly coach myself. Jane coaches me with tarot too. I made poor decision with the help of tarot. Is that Maria, I appreciate your honesty. Thank you. Different decks, but yes, mostly myself. Yes. Okay. I'm going to give you guys a couple of places to start with tarot. Now, this is just my own experience because I don't know about you, but I have noticed it is so easy for me to dish that coaching out to my clientele. I can sit there, do my 3-card spread, say, boom, 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 this is what I see, this is what you need to do, this is what needs to happen. If you're in this rut, this is what you need to get out of it. But I noticed when I was really hitting that stride for myself, it was very, very tough for me to coach myself. Why? And I couldn't really figure out why. Well, one, I realized it's because I had something in my mind that I wanted to hear, and I would accept nothing less. How many are guilty of that? I am guilty of that. Like, I get my cards out, and I'm like, well, what about this? Well, what about this? And I keep pulling cards until I get the answer I want, and then I latch onto that, and then I get disappointed because I didn't get the answer the card said. So, first step I've noticed that, especially self-coaching through the tarot, is a lot of it gets to start internally. First off, humility. Being able to put that ego aside, being able to say, I am here, and I create a mantra for this, so find a mantra that works for you. But first off, the humility piece of it, being able to put aside your ego and say, I am here to receive whatever message I need to hear to move forward. That's what I like to say. If you have a mantra that you want to share, please feel free to do so. But the first step I noticed, there's just a lot of humility that has to happen. I'm here to learn, and I'm here to receive the message that the cards want to tell me. So learn that when I stop meaning these, I often pull extra. Yeah. I think that's also the part of humility, is being able to say, cool, this is not the answer I want, but I'm going to leave it there. I'm just going to leave it there and absorb it. So, yeah, I'm looking at the comments over here. I have my notes over here, and then I'm looking at the comments over here. So if I look like I'm just looking at something, or looking like I'm, seeing something chase around, that's just what I'm doing, guys. But yeah, humility. That's for me, that was the hardest part to learn, is just to put my ego aside and say, this is what I need to do. This is, I've just pulled the tower. No. It can't be a tower moment. It can't be a tower moment. It's going so well, and it's going so well. And then I have a tower moment. So When I don't listen, my cards get very literal with me and refuse to allow me to think they mean anything other. Yes, yes, MJ. Yep, been there. I've been there too. I also noticed that what it took from me too was just curiosity, being open to receiving. So I've now opened the gate, putting my ego aside, and now just allow things to filter through. And the third thing I noticed that I needed was to literally maybe I shouldn't have worn these earrings. These are crowd pleasers, but they can also be distracting. So but I also, sorry, back to what I was saying here. I also noticed too that it took a lot of me trusting my own intuition. And, and again, we've been there, we've done that. It's easy for us to trust our intuition when it's others. It's also something that we now get to trust ourselves with. So those are the few things, those are the few places to start internally when you start self-coaching and coaching others through a tool, or through tarot. That I feel is the essence first, is to start there. Now, I haven't really planned on doing a lot. I love conversation. I love keeping it open, and I would love to have an opportunity to give some examples just on some things going on in your life using the tarot with those 3 cards, and how I would coach somebody through that. So would you find that valuable? If you would find that valuable, please just comment yes. So, because all the boring stuff, all me sitting up here talking and lecturing, that's all done now. I would now like to just dive in and show you by example what I mean by saying putting your ego aside, putting all this. I'll start with myself, and then from there, if we comment yes, thank you, Maria. Can we just give a cyber hand to Maria, who's been my wonderful assistant here? Thank you so much, Maria. Yes. Okay. So I think we've got a wonderful consensus here that you guys would love to see that. So I'm going to start with myself. This is how I would coach myself going through what I'm going through. Now, this is live in the moment, and this is real world. I'm sharing this with you vulnerably. I'm sharing this with you. This is not made up. This is live in the moment, going through the real world, going into a real world thing. So to share a little bit about what's going on here, as I said earlier, I live in the beautiful state of Florida. My day job is working for a major amusement park, and I do very much love my day job. This is my side business that I run as well for a little extra fun, a little extra money, and a little extra passion in my life. This is a very much a wonderful passion project. For those of you that are not aware, Florida is not, with the exception of Orlando where I live, Florida is actually not a very liberal state. Strangely enough, Orlando, wonderfully liberal, international community. Rest of the state is incredibly conservative. As such, our governor, my governor, I should say, has decided that this is harmful to minors. And as a result, I am not able to present in this way in a public space where minors may or may not be present. So without running the risk of incarceration, of being arrested, and all of that. So when I told you earlier, like this started back in June. So from June and July, I was in drag back in May. This is the first time I've been in drag for 2 months. So the first thing I thought to myself was, well, now what do I do with this? Where do I put this creative energy? Now where I'm at is, what is my next step? What is my next step for myself? I'm about to drop my cards. So we're going to do I'm going to do some shuffling here, and I'm just going to focus on now my favorite is to do the start, stop, and continue. So what's something I can start or take on? The first card. The second card will be what's something I can let go of or stop. And what is something that I can continue doing, which will be my third card. Now I don't have the fancy camera, dual camera thing, so I'm just gonna just deal them out, show them to you one at a time. Real no frills, just No frills, just all tits and sequins. So, thank you guys so much. Yeah, yes, thank you guys so much, MJ. I mean, yeah, you understand too. So thank you guys. I share that with you, not for sympathy or for empathy. It is received. Your love is absolutely received. Thank you. And I do that in the interest of. I do that in the interest of. In the interest of being open and being forthcoming. So now, as I was talking, I dealt out my three cards. So again, this is a start or take on, stop or let go, and continue or keep moving forward type of a thing. So first thing, these are juicy. Ooh, I love this. I love this also. Real time. So the first card that came up for stop, or for start, excuse me, the 10 of, these are super shiny, I apologize, guys. The 10 of Cups. So coaching myself through this and reflecting on what I've just gone through and what I've shared with you, that can be heavy. That can be, it can be heavy stuff. But what is something I can start doing? I can start celebrating. I can start having fun. Well, what can I celebrate? How can I have fun with this again? Well, for one, I have an extra day off for myself because typically I work 6 days a week when I'm doing this plus my day job. I have time to rest. I have time to spend with my loving fiance, my loving partner. So, okay, great. So the 10 of Cups. It's also an opportunity for me to invite social interactions. I haven't been very social because I've been working all the time. So, and if you guys have thoughts or you get an intuitive ping, share away, please. This is not just me doing it. I mean, you guys are a part of this. So, as I hold the card up, if you get an intuitive ping, share it. I would love to hear your things about it here. Oops. My computer tried to go to sleep on me for a second because I wasn't doing anything or nothing was moving. So I'm back. So start celebration. 10 of Cups. Standing in the 10 of Cups energy. Remembering I have a community. Remembering that I can bring that in. Okay, awesome. All right. Stop. This is an interesting one. Yep, absolutely. And celebrate that rainbow, especially because this is a watercolor rainbow deck. Now, here's an interesting one that I'll lean in a little bit on you guys with here. We have a stop. We have the Page of Wands. Now, this is an interesting card on a stop or a let go. The first thing that comes to mind for me is immaturity. How am I being immature about this? How am I being a victim of this, or how am I letting my emotions and my anger overrule my sense, my thought? I mean, I've been 25 for 17 years. Don't do the math. I've lived through something very similar before, but I was much younger and felt much more powerless. So being naive. Thank you, Deborah. Being naive. So, okay, so stop feeling, okay, what I'm really getting from this is stop feeling like I'm a victim, but stop being a martyr. That keeps coming up for me. Stop being a martyr about this. Share your story, share what everybody's about, but don't be a victim, don't be a martyr. Don't burn yourself up trying to right the wrongs of the world. Because the continue card is very, very starting a fire in the desert, stop trying to burn what won't catch. That's a good one, Gavin. Thank you so much. Now, it's interesting because it seems to go nicely into the continue. So the continue is the 7 of Wands. What I'm really getting from all of this is that right now it may not be time for me to cut and run or take things on or, let the anger burn me up. Because if the anger burns me up, what good am I to the world around me? What good am I to the people that really do need the voice? And this too, with this card, this is the remembering, brace to start, remember, yep, thank you, Debbie. This too is the remembering that I am in the position of power. I am the one that calls the shots in my life, regardless of what laws or politicians or other people try to do to dominate. So in looking through these three cards, start, stop, and finish, start celebration, start bringing in joy, start being in joy. I say bringing in the joy, but start being joy. Stop burning the candle at both ends. Stop trying to inflame people with passion that you have, that they do not have, but continue remembering that that you, meaning me, I'm in the power. I'm in a power position. I'm in the position that's in power. I'm the one that calls the shots. So that is how I would coach myself using the 3-card spread. That is the putting my humility aside, putting my ego aside, putting my curiosity aside, because very easily, especially with the Page of Wands, I could jump into self-righteous indignation. I'm being oppressed. I'm being opposed. My money is gone. And fall victim into it. So yeah, thank you guys. Thank you, Tony. Thank you guys for being here to witness that, and thank you guys for being here. Now, I would love to take this moment. Again, this is going to be fairly brief. I didn't plan on talking for an extended period of time, but I would like to open this up to a Q&A. So if you guys have any sort of questions, if you guys would like any sort of insight as to how to coach yourself using these beautiful tools in your tool belt, how to use all of those tools, and I feel like I'm going to post the combination here, because again, 3-card spread, 456,456 different tools in your tool belt. And I think now more than ever, when we are on the verge of this world just changing over for the most incredible thing, this is just one more tool that we can keep in our tool belt with our guides, our deities, our intuition, our family. I feel that right now this is a very, very powerful time to be in, a very powerful time to be alive. So that being said, I would love to hear your questions. I would love to hear if you would like me to pull 3 cards for you. Please, the comments are yours. And my dear assistant, my dear lovely assistant, Maria, please give me a heads up if I miss something here. Okay. How do you deal with difficult cards in the start position? Thank you so much, Tony. So let's say, so the question is, how do you deal with difficult cards in the start position? This is where stepping into humility and curiosity and trust is so vital. So let's say the start position is start losing sleep, 9 of Swords. So let's say that like the start position. Well, let's take the 9 of Swords, as Maria brought it up for here. So the 9 of Swords. So you're in the start position, and the 9 of Swords comes up. First and foremost, I ask myself, is this something that is actionable that I need to take, or is this a heads up? Is this an awareness? Is this something that I need to become mindful of? So maybe with like the 9 of Swords, it's I'm chronically fatigued, and it comes up in the start position. Start paying attention to that. Start paying attention to your sleep pattern. Start paying attention to things that are giving you anxiety, because I often interpret the 9 of Swords as a card of anxiety. So accepting the stress you feel. Exactly. So if it's a difficult card in the start position, the start can be, let's become aware of this. Thank you, Tony. Now, the other thing could be too, like say it's the Tower, because I'm in a Tower moment right now, but hopefully it starts shining through. But if I'm in a Tower moment and the Tower is much more active as opposed to much more passive, if it's in the start position, maybe it's time that I start looking at what I've built around me and start deconstructing things that just don't work. So maybe I have a habit, or maybe I have a car that's just, it continues to break down. So maybe I need to really start looking at, okay, what have I built up that worked at the time, but now I need to start dismantling because it just no longer works. It's antiquated. It's old, just like the Tower is. So part of it's going to be, is it passive or is it active? And then when you determine the energy of the card from there, that's going to help guide you where you need to go. So I hope that, all right, perfect. I'm glad that answered your question, Tony. All right. Now, what other questions do you have for me, friends? What other questions would you like me to answer for you? Because I am here. We're only 30 minutes in, so yeah. How long do you normally spend on your start, stop, continue spreads? Do you aim to keep them short, or do you spend time thinking them through? Gavin, thank you so much for that question. So the question is how long do I normally start on that, or how much time do I spend on it? The answer is both and. I first off will just deal it out mainly because when I'm doing my my weekly spread, like the week start spread of 3 cards, I have probably 20 minutes. So I tend to I go with a short start because that's easier for me to just really trust my intuition and my gut reaction. So I dial the 3 out, I give it a good look over, I take a picture, I post it on Instagram, and then I just leave it. So when I'm first looking at the start, stop, finish, I don't tend to go longer than 15-20 minutes because that allows me a chance to really let the intuition speak and let the cognitive mind, let the thinking mind like not even engage. Now, let's see here. Now, some of them I do like to spend a little extra time on by coming back to it. So 20 minutes at the beginning, I go about my day, and then sometimes I come back to it at the end of the day and just do a reflection on it and say, cool, so how did this play out for myself? How did this play out for my day, week, month, however, whatever time frame you use on it? So if you do a daily one, that's when I would come back to it and say, cool, I'm going to spend a little extra time with this. I'm going to spend 30, 40 minutes. I typically don't find spending longer than 40 minutes to be beneficial or helpful because longer than that, the intuition tends to quiet down and the thinking mind likes to perk up. And part of the reason putting the ego aside is so essential is because the ego is loud. The thinking mind is very, very loud, and it likes to drown out intuition. So that is my advice. Now, again, personal opinion, I think that's typically a good way to go about approaching it. So beautiful. Thank you so much for the question, Gavin. Let's see. All right. How do you feel it has altered your life by doing this practice? So Maria, so Jane, all right, I'll get to Jane's question, then I have one more, and then, all right, how's it? Okay, beautiful. I actually got, okay, cool. So how do you feel this has altered your life by doing this practice? So first off, tarot for me is not just about coaching. Tarot is also about divination, prediction of the future. I just like to think of it as like a road map. So it's kind of like Google Maps when something pops up that says, "Oop, speed trap. Oop, there's going to be one lane because we have a massive, to me, you have a massive wreck on the side of the road." I've come to find that this has changed my life by giving me a heads up of what kind of energy to be mindful of today. Certain days I'm exhausted, certain days I'm super perked up, and if I pull something that says, cool, be mindful of this, be on the lookout for this today you might want to channel that energy into making a difference in a guest's life, or you might want to channel that energy into really moving forward and perking up your career and having those conversations with your leaders and your managers to grow your career forward. Today might be time that you spend quiet contemplation. The practice itself, and I've morphed it from daily to weekly, has given me, one, given me purpose, but two, also given me just an idea of how to really be on the lookout for things that might need to catch my attention. And it's given me the opportunity to really get clear on where am I putting my energy, is it fruitful, and especially with the stop card, do I need to let it go? I hope that answers your question, Jane. Thank you so much. Now, Maria had one here. What advice would you give to someone who tends to go to extreme interpretation, either the gentlest or the doomist? this is where I'm going to go right back to humility, curiosity, and trusting your intuition. Humility, the humility portion of it is just being able to ask yourself, okay, is this likely to happen, or is my ego trying to make something up to make me either feel better or be fearful? So that's the first thing with the humility, really asking yourself, is this something that could feasibly happen? And I acknowledge I myself also have a tendency to really catastrophize things. Example, if I text my partner and he doesn't text me back, I just go right down the spiral of, okay, what did I say to piss him off? Did I do something wrong? Did I do blah, blah, and spiral down those spiral, and then, next thing you know, I'm in Wonderland. So, because I went full down that rabbit hole, and I'm talking with the Queen of Hearts. So the first thing, go back to that humility, letting your ego just kind of quiet itself, and really asking your ego, saying, all right, what's the likelihood of this happening? At either extreme. What's the likelihood of this happening? What's the likelihood of this actually happening? Then being curious about the answer. It's 1%. It's whatever percentage it is, and then saying, okay, once I've put down the humility and put down the drama, the catastrophizing, the extremes, what's in front of me? Like, what is really in front of me? You might pull I'm just going to do something completely random here. You might pull, the 8 of Pentacles here, and you're not really focused on this guy. Good Lord, these are shiny. You're not really focused on the guy right here, but you're focused on this little pentacle right here, or you're focused on this castle back here. Go by. I tell all of my clients that I've ever had, I tell, look, in 28 years of doing this, nobody's ever died at my table. So that's the one I'll give you for that one, Maria. But that's where the curiosity comes in. Where's my eye being drawn? And then trusting your intuition. Trusting your intuition goes right back to trust. I trust myself to know the way forward. I trust my eyes to see the way forward, and I trust my intuition to tell me what the cards are saying. So I hope that helps you out, Maria. Thank you so much. Now, any other questions? We're about 37 minutes here, and I don't think I'm going to go much longer than 40. So any other questions or any advice that this queen can give you? Because I'm all about being here for you. I just have to be proud of this. I'm showing off these nails because this is the first time in 42 years I've ever had a manicure, and I'm having so much fun with these things. I love them. They're so much fun. So that's the other thing I can give to you too, guys. Like, if you come into this practice heavy and doom and gloom, that's what you're going to get. Heavy and doom and gloom. I personally remember, and I tell my clients whenever I do the tarot reading for them, when they get afraid, I said, look, my business motto is to uplift and to inspire. We might have to go through the weeds, we might have to go through the mud, but if by the end of it, you'll feel empowered to take on the next big thing. So do you use your decks, well, or do you switch up? Gavin, I try to switch it up. So I have more decks of cards than I really want to admit to, because I'm also an avid collector, not just a reader, but a collector as well. I also have a tendency to theme my cards to what's going on. So I have Halloween tarot for the spooky season, Christmas tarot for the Christmas season. I have devised a new way to do tarot readings in public that still gives the dramatic flair. I don't know if you guys know this, but I actually have a twin brother. His name is Stefano. He's a club kid, Eurotrash. He also knows how to read tarot cards. It runs in the family, what can I say? But he has a deck of cards that are super vibrant, super disco-y, super shiny. I theme it with what's going on, and then there are just some decks that I use just for myself personally because they were expensive, and I have a very strong affinity to them, but I also recognize too that they're not always the most gentle nor the most PG-13. So I also can say that to my Kipper and my Lenormand cards too, because I've got a couple Lenormand cards that I love Lenormand because Lenormand does not mince words. They are cut, dry, to the point. Boy, will they'll take you through it. So 35 plus sets of Lenormand. I could do with some more. I'm not gonna one up you on this one, Gavin, but I think I've hit 75 decks altogether. Oracle Lenormand card. I think I've hit 75. I might have a problem, says the person who's about to go on vacation to New Orleans next week. Oops. All right. All right. All right, my friends. It has been an absolute pleasure. We're right at the 40-minute mark, and I know we have another person coming in. It has been an absolute joy sharing with you today. Thank you guys so much for creating such a welcoming environment for me. I know Maria just posted it, but I would love to have her post it again. I have created a worksheet to get you guys started. It is available on my website. It is an unlisted page, and you're just going to go to www.queenofglamtarot.com/tarot toolkit, all one word. It is a PDF. It is based around the 3-card spread, and in it, it gives you an opportunity to, oh, there it is, It does give you the opportunity to check in with yourself, where you are emotionally. It gives you a chance to circle one of 8 different realms that you would like to focus on to give yourself a little bit of a focus, and then a place to put the cards, so you can sketch the cards in if you want, you can write the cards' names, whatever works for you, and then a place down beneath it to just journal. So use that tool, share it with your friends. I'm happily giving it away to all of you as a thank you for sitting here and listening to me prattle on for 41 minutes and just sharing this space with me. So it is yours for free. Please use it. Share it with the world. Share it with your friends. And I want to just say a big thank you to World Divination Pride for letting me speak. And it has been a joy and an honor. And enjoy the rest. And we're going to have a little fun time here to see if I can figure out how to turn this live off. Oh, there it is. Found it. All right. Thank you, guys. I love you all, and it's been an absolute joy and pleasure. Go forth, tarot your hearts out, change this whole fucking world around, because I know you all can do it. So go out there and be magical. Love you all.